call Abraham our father in faith. Now, Abraham being our father in faith, now this brings us to a third reading, which is our gospel reading. And our gospel reading tells us of the transfiguration. Here was Christ up the mountain, we are told he was praying. And then he transfigured. And when he transfigured, what transpired? Moses and Elijah were present. And what were they talking about? About his passion. And again, God was trying to reassure the human Christ that he was with him. Because the human Christ was looking for support. And God gave the support by saying, "This is my son." And God did not stop there, because the apostles were there too. And they too never wanted to hear that Christ was going to suffer. And what did God say? "This is my son, listen to him." Because with his life, he listened to God. And this is what was expected of the apostles. But then the apostles wanted to take a section of what they saw. They accepted the glory of God shown them. They were pleased with that. And that's the reason why Peter came up and said, "It is good for us to be here." But then, that is not all. For Christ to have got to his glory, he must have suffered and died as well. And this they were unable to understand. But then they had to come down the mountain and go back to their day-to-day living. And this experience of theirs made sense after Pentecost. When they received the Holy Spirit, now this brought them to know what Christ was telling them. And they appreciated this. And this is the reason why they themselves, the receiving the Holy Spirit, knowing what was shown them and that which Christ was to do in order for us to gain our salvation, it strengthens them, because a good number of them died a martyr's death. And it is the same that we are being told, because within our own day-to-day living, we do go through the ups and downs of life. And it is our faith that puts us through in order to focus on God. Because with the ups and downs of life and with all that we experience, if it were not for our faith, we would have been out. We would have given up and would have lost God. And that's the reason why the church is telling us that it is our faith that leads us to God. Because with this, we see that God being with us and our faith as a gift from God makes us appreciate all that he has given and puts all that is been given to us into perspective. Because we see things as we should. And with our faith, we see that material wealth does not blind us not to see God or to see the path that leads to God. So my brothers, my sisters, we are being reassured by God that with our faith we will reach him. He has promised to be with us, and he is with us. And going back to what Paul told us, that let nothing separate us from God. Because he is our all in all. Without him, we are nothing. And he is reassuring us of his presence with us. Because he has left us his word, he has left us the Eucharist, saying he is with us. But then it is our faith that leads us to him. Because the ups and downs of life tend to blind us of who God is and where God is. And he's telling us, I am with you. I am the Savior. And he is with us. Especially in this hour, because he has told us, where 2 or 3 are gathered in my name, there I am in their midst. So he is with us. And in Eucharist, he transforms us to be his real children. So let it be our prayer this morning that the good Lord was giving us this gift of faith may help us hold onto this faith so that one day we'll see him face to face and his glory will be made manifest to us. Let us now stand and confess our faith. Come back here. Now bring our petitions to God our Father.